for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program.
Dinosaurs helped build the pyramids.
You're a hatchet man of the New World Order. You're a hatchet man. And I want to say this right here. You think you're a tough guy? Have me back with a boxing ring in here, and I'll wear red, white, and blue, and you can wear your Jolly Roger.
But look at this. What the heck is going on here? 666. Why she doing it? Why he doing it? Why he doing it? Why?
Is it possible the ancients built their pyramids to tap into the same electromagnetic fields as extraterrestrials use to power their crafts?
Hey, how's it going, you guys? Welcome to Conspiracy, where we talk
conspiracy?
where we talk about different conspiracy theories, and we just kind of
discuss
did we ever
them?
come up with a way we want to just
we did
succinctly
discuss
say this?
essentially that we need to come up with a snappy opener
Yeah.
to explain what we are doing, because we're not truthers, it's just we're having a conversation.
Yeah, I'm Scott Ryan. You can find me at Scott Ryan Comedy on Facebook, or just Scott Ryan. I don't even fucking remember, honestly, what my Facebook is.
I think it's Scott Ryan.
Scott Ryan.
Yeah.
I think it is just Scott Ryan.
And Easttown Clowns, and check us out on our Facebook page, Conspiracy. And I'm Tyler Charles. You can check me out on Facebook. And we got a special guest today. It's pretty cool.
Jordan Shaver. How's it going?
Woo!
It's going good. It's going great.
Where can we find you on your
Jordan
shit.
Shaver on Facebook, glam_era_Pantera on Instagram.
Holy shit!
Oh my god! All right, you got quite the Instagram name, dude. You must be really into Instagram. Do you like Instagramming?
I don't know. I don't really.
You didn't even really do it that
I
much.
don't really take pictures. I don't like taking pictures.
Yeah.
That much.
That's my thing. It's like all you do on Instagram, right? It's
Just post pictures
Yeah.
or memes or whatever the hell.
All right. So our topic today we wanted to talk about was basically ancient aliens.
Ancient aliens. We're getting into the pyramids. That's
into the
main,
pyramids, into the Bible.
Into the Bible.
They're showing up all over the Bible.
Which, okay, to start off, man, there are so many more pyramids than I ever knew.
Yeah, there's a ton.
I thought there were the
They're
ones
all
in
over the world.
Egypt, and that was it.
Yeah, me and Tyler both talk about that. I don't know if you were not quite as stupid as us, but we thought that literally
They were
just the
Egypt,
pyramids in Egypt. Yeah.
pyramids, and then they were in one grove or something. There were 250, and I'm like, what the fuck? How's that even happen?
That's the thing that really blew my mind is that you think of there being 3 pyramids in Egypt or something like that, and then you find out there's just 100, 200 or whatever.
Yeah, that's nuts,
dude.
And then they're like, there's a whole network of them, and they're sending out energy to the aliens. And I'm like, fucking maybe. I didn't even know there were more pyramids. I didn't even
I thought there was just the 2 crazy ones or the 3 crazy ones.
Yeah.
That was it. I didn't know. Okay, well.
But yeah, okay. Can we talk? Okay.
So I learned a lot.
Can I ask you, Jordan? Because I know where we got our research from. Where did you go to look up stuff about this?
Just all over the place. I've been into conspiracies for ever, and especially aliens. Aliens are my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm really into Egypt and all that shit. But
Egypt's crazy.
I just started watching that show, Ancient Aliens. I never thought I would like it.
Really?
Turns out I love it.
Yeah.
I love that guy with the hair. He's
Oh my God.
Oh, we're going to have some clips from that dude.
What?
That is going to be in this podcast for sure.
Okay, can I say something though? If you're gonna talk about aliens, that is literally the least credible hairstyle a human being can
Yeah, right? You're not Albert Einstein.
No.
You're not. You're on an Ancient Aliens show on the History Channel.
I was so bummed that I just cut my hair recently because I wanted to show up here with the hair. Hey, let's see this.
That would be so amazing.
And that's the thing about it too, is that he spends a lot of time on that hair. You can tell.
Seriously. It's not a wake up and go out kind of thing. He put some time into that.
Did you ever notice sometimes it cracks me up because they'll show him in that Ancient Alien show and there'll just be clumps where he put too much gel. It looks like shit, but it's kind of great at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to see the Taco Bell commercial for the Super Bowl that has that guy in it?
No.
I just saw it today. I looked it up and found it today. And
It's a commercial.
they're doing this top secret Taco Bell product, and apparently you could pre-order it and you get it 2 days early. nobody knows
You're
what it
gonna
is. But he's-
order anything from Taco Bell. I would not want that.
No,
I don't want to order anything from Taco Bell.
no, the
That sounds like
mystery meat is enough. What do I need?
right. Grade
More
E.
mysteries.
Grade
Grade
E.
E, but edible.
It's fucked up.
Which is, yeah, for the record, what it says on their bags of meat. Anyway, though, yeah, okay, like, there was that guy on Ancient Aliens I really liked. There was another guy who sounds just like Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
talking
don't
about?
know who that is.
Yeah,
Because
I love it. Yeah,
I just haven't seen it in a long time.
It sounds like, when he goes to voiceover, it sounds like Charlie's talking to you about aliens. It's just fucking fantastic.
It does sound pretty great. I gotta watch one of the episodes with him in it. I'm sure there's a lot.
Mhm.
And aliens, like, since we're gonna get into this part of this, like, more so the pyramids, like, there's a lot of shit on aliens. Like, we could do 5-6 podcasts on that, like, subject. That's why we wanted to, like, center it more towards something specific.
Oh yeah, and we picked, honestly, for this first time talking about aliens, we picked probably the shit we would buy the least, maybe, out of any of it, because, like, I'd be more willing to buy that aliens exist, the aliens are around now and doing some shit or something, even more so than, like, this. Which, a lot of that is, honestly, I don't know if it's just watching this Ancient Alien show, because I don't know if aliens came to the Earth way back then. Probably not, but maybe.
Right.
But what I know for sure is that that show is just bullshit.
Yeah. For sure, dude. Like, even if there is any truth to it, just like the way, I don't know, man. I don't know. The way people are so sure of shit bothers me.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, definitely.
I feel like the most sane way you can take any conspiracy theory or just anything in general in life is that, like, you don't know fucking anything.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
the whole point, is they don't want you to know anything. Like, that's the biggest tool of the people in power is the control over what we're, like, the amount of reality we're allowed to see.
Wait,
Oh,
say,
yeah.
okay.
And think about
Wait,
this.
hold on.
Okay.
Jordan, do you believe completely in this shit, or do you have, like, some skepticism? Do you have skepticism about it, or are you like, yeah, this shit's fucking real, and, like, we just have to come to terms with that?
What do you mean by this shit, first of all?
Ancient, like, aliens. Let's go on that subject. Like, aliens.
Yeah, I absolutely 100% believe in aliens. I think, like, they've been here, that they're
Okay,
here,
all right.
like, all of that.
Uh-huh.
My skepticism comes in the form of just, like, being like, I don't know, but that seems, I don't know, there's so many amount of things that could easily be true and just never told you. The amount of crazy shit in the universe, like, even if you just, like, look at the ocean, dude,
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
full of fucking sci-fi creatures.
And the way you're
50%.
describing, I think, is kind of how I feel about 9/11, where I'm like, yeah, it seems like there's kind of a lot of shady shit going on, you know, but, like, I don't believe in it enough to, like, advocate for it in
Right,
normal,
yeah.
everyday life, you know, because,
Yeah,
like,
I don't feel like I need to
just
go out
don't
and be
know.
like, hey, man, you don't know anything about 9/11. What can I tell you about 9/11? I'm just like, want to rather sit in the corner and think about it myself.
yeah, exactly. Like, you're not gonna sit there. You're not gonna go on Facebook and tell everybody, no, aliens exist, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Maybe I should change my whole stance. Maybe
Do it, man. Maybe that's what you need to really, like, break through. Just go completely, like, conspiracy theorist with it. I don't know. What else? Okay, so let's talk about some specific examples because I took a shit ton of notes. Okay, first of all, actually, I was just talking to you about this, Tyler, before we started doing this podcast. These videos are seriously, I mean, I can't believe, I watched videos on Netflix and Hulu, and I didn't know, like, this is shit that belongs on YouTube.
Yeah. Did you watch the movie on Hulu where it's literally just a guy, like, in his den talking for like 2 hours?
And he starts out talking about the Vatican in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like,
Did you see the one where there was just, like, people going on stage and they were just talking about this shit, and literally just, that's it? I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
Like,
I
show
watched-
me a movie.
I watched about 2 minutes of that, yes.
Yeah, me too. I turned it right off.
My thing is, and then with the other one too, it's like, you can't bring the Vatican into something 30 seconds in.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's, when I turn on your alien video and you're ranting about the Vatican at me within 30 seconds, like, I'm just gonna turn you off.
You
It's
gotta
too
warm
much.
up to that.
Exactly.
Speaking of the Vatican,
Yeah.
I saw this thing, this lady, she's an ex-world banker, and she's claiming that those elongated skulls that they found in Peru,
Yeah.
Caracas skulls. She's saying that those are the things that run all the shit in the world. Those are the people. They've been around forever. They evolved alongside us, and that's why we have like pre-Ice Age maps, because that's the way people used to make maps, just copying down other people's maps. So we have these weird
That's
maps.
weird
We
as
don't
hell.
know where
Yeah.
they came from. There's like no lineage to it.
Huh.
That is fucking
Wait, so she's saying who's running the world?
Those fucking people with the big ass heads. And she's saying that they're in the Vatican, and that's why everybody in the Vatican
Where's
wears
those
big
hats?
ass hats.
Oh, shit.
And she's like, I saw one and I immediately vomited and all this shit. She's crazy, but I don't know. It's weird. The skulls are weird.
To be fair,
They are weird. That's fucking weird that that's a conspiracy that's why the hats are so big, is they're hiding their cone heads. So cone heads is like running the world.
well,
The logic behind it.
the Vatican's probably the single weirdest literal country in the world, right?
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
absolutely.
like what, like. There's not another place like it, so I mean, it definitely could be some shady shit going on.
Oh, absolutely, some shady shit's going on with the Vatican. But okay,
But that's for another time.
yeah. I mean, let's like children alone. They're fucking. So one thing I looked up, that was pretty fucked up. That I didn't know that there were pyramids in America, either. That's a fucking thing. Like, okay. And one of these guys like found, what was it? I wrote it down. In 1992, China, there was like a bomb that went off underground, so people started like monitoring seismic activity. When a guy was doing that in the U.S., he found a pyramid in Alaska, and he tried to look for it, and he was never seen again after he went up in Alaska and tried to find that shit.
Whoa.
So like, this is why, yeah, exactly. Like what? And like people were describing like that from the government that essentially they went down into caverns. Like people that are what is the word? Like whistleblowers or whatever the hell. Like we're talking about that they were in these caverns where they had pyramids that were like giving off energy underneath the earth, and it's like, if that's fucking true, then why do we have such fucking huge issues with like power and all that shit? Like, are you just harvesting it for yourselves? Like, explain that shit. I just don't understand it.
Well, I don't think it was actually like energy, like electricity or anything like that they were trying to get across. I think it was more so like, I mean, they just kept saying energy, so I don't really fucking know exactly what that entails. But like, I don't imagine you could like run an iPod on it or something. But I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does energy mean?
Well, I think they mean like electricity.
No, not electricity.
Then what do
I
they
think
mean
so,
then?
man, because
I think it is. I think it's
yeah,
a power. Like,
what they're alleging is that like the pyramid basically works like a giant Tesla coil. Like
Yeah.
Tesla's like rediscovering
Yeah.
this old
and like
technology.
it does shit with the atmosphere and the
Yeah.
electromagnetic force of the like
Because
planet.
there's natural energy created by, if you look, every one of these pyramids is built on top of aquifers, underground aquifers, that just generate energy by water running through the ground. And the way that they're made is like with a conductive stone. I forget what it is, if it's granite or something. And then there's the opposite of conducting, like, just like a wire, like has copper in the middle and then
Yep.
rubber on the outside. So
To
I don't know.
stop it from going.
I don't know
You
how
know,
the
that's
fuck it would work.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, on that Ancient Alien show, they showed like a description of how it would work, and it was like these weird like cyclone electricity funnels that would connect each of them. Also, another like theory is that they're like teleportation devices.
Yeah. One weird, I'm almost positive this is actually like scientifically accepted and true, is that pyramids have weird sorts of like healing powers and shit. Like if you put something in a pyramid, it will grow quicker.
Which I just learned today.
And,
Like
like-
how fucked up is that the dynamics of them, like like the math is the same math for the speed of light, and like what was the other thing?
apparently the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid is built so that the sound waves resonate to some certain thing.
Frequency or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
That's freaking nuts. Like what? Okay, if anything, like that pyramid shit is just weird. And they were talking about, like I heard that I listened to a podcast today. Ancient freaking alien debunked, and it was like talking about the pyramids and talking about how like people will constantly say that, like, how can it be done? It's physically impossible. And it's like, there are a lot of theories on how it could be done. It is difficult to conceive, but they have evidence of shit. Like these, they had like ramps that they'd angle super high and like just use pulley systems
Yeah.
to do it. So it's like they could do it, but how fast they did it within 20 years of
Yeah.
making that shit, that's insane.
Okay, well, here's my thing with this is I almost feel like, I got a question for you guys. Is it a little bit, like, jingoistic or racist, this whole pyramid idea? Because we don't question, oh, how did Western civilizations get this technology so quick or whatever? There's nothing that's the same that's applicable in,
do you
like,
think,
Western
wait,
society.
so you think we're questioning it because you think people think they're dumber and they couldn't do that?
Yeah, I don't even think it's necessarily, like, a conscious thought, but I think that we in the West think that Eastern civilizations or old American civilizations weren't as
Are more
intelligent as they
primitive.
actually were,
Yeah.
or more
Right,
primitive
right.
than they actually were, yeah.
That's
Which
gonna
I
be.
kind of thought before. Okay, can I talk about, like, I thought this was, because they harped on this a lot, and I just
Yeah,
thought
like-
this was kind of ridiculous. They kept saying, like, the pyramids are laid out exactly like Orion's belt. Why were they so obsessed with Orion's belt? It's like, you mean they're in a fucking lie?
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, everybody always says that shit, but it's just three things. I mean, you could say all kinds of things are laid out like Orion's belt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just three things in a line. I did think it was weird. Do you know, like, the pyramids are actually 8-sided?
I think
Instead, like, most people think that they're, 3-sided? Or 6-sided, but they're
8.
actually 8-sided. And there's, like, a weird, you can always see it during the summer solstice and, like, the winter solstice, I think. Or something weird like that. And they were trying to say that was proof the aliens built it, too. Because, like, why would you do that if you can't even see it?
right.
Yeah,
Unless
from
you
this.
could see it from the top.
Oh, a good thing about that is like in Peru. Have you seen about the Nazca lines? There are these huge fucking lines in the ground that you can only see them from the sky, like way high up, but they make these shapes like spiders and all these fucking things. So like somebody, made these things to see from way
Like,
up
way
high.
up high, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Peru's got all kinds of weird shits. Going back to like what you're saying about like Western civilization things too, is like I think Machu Picchu is just as crazy as the fucking
Pyramids.
Egyptian pyramids.
Yeah.
Because it looks like one of those Ancient Aliens episodes they delve into about how like this whole wall is made out of like softened stones stuck together, like they're like softened and then just like put into
Yeah,
place.
how do they even do this? Like, they
They
melted it? Or,
yeah,
like, how do they even do that?
like if aliens didn't do it, then what the fuck happened to us that we don't have like these awesome technologies
Yeah.
for stone cutting? Like, this guy's like looking at it like I wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Given like
Not
lots
now.
of years.
Yeah.
Well, and, like, okay, that was actually, too,
In a lifetime. Think about, like, they're doing that, like I was saying, 20 years. They supposedly built those pyramids for one person. It's like, 20 years? That shit would take maybe 3 or 4 generations.
Well, and honestly, if we're talking about evidence that actually, like, is in favor of those, of aliens helping build the pyramids, I would say it's incredibly weird. Like, Egyptians love to put their name on shit, like Egyptian rulers and stuff like that. It's supposedly made for Ramses II, I think, or somebody. I think it's Ramses II, and yet his name and his likeness are nowhere on the pyramids, which is pretty weird.
Yeah, that's another weird thing is that the Great Pyramid has like no like all these other fucking things have shit all over the walls. The Great Pyramid has no markings on it anywhere.
That's
Yeah.
weird. I
So
didn't
like
know
that's
that.
why some people think that it might been like a big power plant because like it just seems totally utilitarian. There's nothing like for any sort of artistic value inside of it.
Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable saying the idea that it's used as a tomb is pretty well bullshit. Like,
Yeah, every other tomb, think about all like the riches and jewels that they loaded up in Tutankhamun's place.
yeah, right. And like,
Although I guess that could have been raided over years, but you would
And
still think there'd
disease.
be shit on the walls.
yeah. Have you ever? Oh, we might have to cover that in one podcast. Have you ever heard of all like the weird shit around King Tut and them finding his tomb and all that?
No.
Like almost everybody associated with finding that tomb died within like 5 years.
Oh wait, yeah, I have heard that. That's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, go into it.
Seriously, that's like the Mummy. That's the movie The Mummy.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's what happened. The movie The Mummy happened.
Yeah.
over the course of 5 years, which is way more terrifying.
That's true. That's true.
It's fucking way more scary. Like, that shit happened in like a week. Okay, it's done. Snap. Let's figure this out. Like 5 years. Like, is this the curse?
Like if there's a
Could
guy,
be.
like I feel like if there's a guy who has broken into an Egyptian tomb and starred in the movie Poltergeist and he's still alive, like that guy's probably immortal.
Yes, he is. He definitely is. Oh man, we gotta get into immortal
Okay.
people. That's to be continued.
Oh yeah.
That'd be tight.
Get all them old ass pictures of celebrities.
Right.
Why does that guy look like Jay-Z? It's the 1920s.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a ton. That shit's weird.
Okay, but when we were talking about the extra
Lil
pyramid-
Wayne's one of them. Lil Wayne is like supposedly like in the past.
Yeah.
Like, that guy ain't
Only
100
Weezy,
years
dude.
old.
Only Weezy.
Oh Jesus.
I buy it. The amount of purple drink that guy's taken and the fact that he's
He's not
still
dead.
walking, like who knows? Okay, but yeah, like when we were talking about the pyramids, though, I'd only known about the Egyptian pyramids, and one thing I love about this Ancient Alien show is when I looked at it first, I'm like, fuck, it's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was gonna be a solid like 22, you know, and then, but about halfway through in all of these episodes, I'll give them credit. They hit the gas and just go into full on crazy town in the last half of it. And like I really do appreciate
it's a lot
that.
of setup and then payoff, so it's okay.
And like I loved in that pyramid one, they started out talking about the Egyptian pyramids, and then in the second half they're like, yeah, but did you know that there are Chinese super pyramids? And they're covered by grass and the Chinese government is hiding them?
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. And then you're like, alright, well that was pretty crazy. It's like, hey, do you know there's these Bosnian super pyramids? And science is lying and saying it's just a hill. But we did tests and it's cement. Explain that. Like, I really appreciated that.
That show is exactly like that. That's how the beats of that show, for sure.
I know, and you think it's gonna quit at the Egyptian pyramids, and it never does. It always like gives you that extra dose of crazy, and I appreciate it.
Yep. What was? Oh no, that was the.
I like for the pyramids to make an appearance every episode because that's how it seems to go. Like, we're talking about aliens, but dude, pyramids. Think about it. It's
Think
crazy.
about it, dude. It's insane.
And that's kind of what I really hated about this show is I watched like 4 or 5 episodes, and around episode 4 or 5, I started being like, oh, they're just recycling the same shit.
Yeah.
And they're just putting it together in different orders.
Different orders. Yeah, that's absolutely what they do. It's irritating too because it's like I seen this.
Yeah, after about 5 episodes, I think you've seen like all of them.
All the episodes,
Exactly.
it's just different combinations. It's not. What a cheap way of doing it. And it's on the History Channel. The History Channel is no longer legitimate.
Oh yeah, no. They should have started calling it the Aliens and Ghosts channel about like 10 years ago.
Right.
For sure.
The Ghost Hunters is on that channel. Yeah, just what?
The Aliens and Ghosts, it's all they do anymore.
That's ridiculous.
Okay,
I can't
here's another batshit story for you that's also okay, yeah, I gotta tell you guys about this. You guys hear about the Yellow King, Yellow Emperor?
No.
Alright, this is the story, and this is what the natives tell. And this story is just so batshit, and it keeps getting more batshit the further it goes along. Okay, there was an emperor, or some sort of alien, they called him the Yellow Emperor. He was floating through space when he happened upon Earth, and saw that the people on Earth were poor and sad. So he gave them a bunch of scientific technology.
Wait, this is what? A text from something?
The Yellow Emperor, it's like a Chinese legend.
Okay.
Or whatever. And he gave him a bunch of scientific technology, taught him how to build the pyramids, and then decided he was gonna leave. He took a giant cauldron and filled it up and called a dragon from the sky. And the dragon picked him up and he got on it and flew him back into space. Yeah.
So spaceships and aliens. Clear. I don't know about that cauldron shit.
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. Do you know the it's something from the Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah.
It's like this old Indian text where there's like this story about these like 2 different races having a war in the sky, and like I don't know.
What? See, that shit is just like, how do you even get, like, how did that happen? That something happened. Like, why? why would you write that back then? I feel like at that point in time, I mean, like, it could have been the fact that, like, maybe it's some kind of fiction or some kind of, like, storytelling device or whatever. But, like, if you're writing it in some kind of, like, text like that, where I'm sure they're finding it in, like, actual things that we're trying to record, records and stuff, where it's just like, what the fuck? We've never seen anything like that other than, I guess, lights in the sky,
Yeah.
which is probably government fucking shit. That's what I imagine. I
Yeah,
don't know.
a certain amount of it is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is weird shit though. I mean, there's if you get into like UFO sightings
Yeah.
and stuff, there's places where entire cities have seen things
Yeah,
for all night.
I've seen that.
And
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
you know, there is definitely some weird shit going on. That could be
But
government.
that could be
experiments,
government shit,
aliens,
though, yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Have you sidebar? Real quick. Have you guys seen the new X Files?
I've been wanting to,
I
yeah.
downloaded all 3 episodes
Yeah.
It's pretty
today.
sick, dude.
Is
I
it-
can't wait.
Would it be lame if I spoiled kind of like what? It's
No,
about?
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's about like Mulder is starting to think that in like
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert, that the whole alien conspiracy is fucking like nothing. Like they came one time and the government like reverse engineered all their tech and like all that shit. They've been like the ones abducting people and making some weird.
So it's just the government the whole time.
Yeah, there's like Roswell
Oh, okay.
happened, and like I don't know.
Well, that's kind of honestly, I'm glad that they're actually sticking to a mythology now because that was
Yeah.
a big thing I hated about the old.
Because it was all
X-Files.
over the
Yeah,
place.
Yeah,
But it is still kind. There's only I think going to be like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
The new one was like weird.
Are they
like,
hour long?
hilarious.
Which is what
Really
I-
weird and hilarious.
They're hour long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
45.
But that's what I want out of a show nowadays though. 6 to 13 episodes. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. This
Yeah.
fucking 24 episodes bullshit. You end up with the 7th season of X Files where we're fucking cracking jokes and finding, you know,
Yeah,
monkey
right.
men or whatever, and nobody
And
cares
Scully's
anymore.
still denying everything,
Yeah.
even though, you know, she's seen everything.
Scully's seen some shit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
some
Living a
real
lie.
shit. And she's like, well, I don't know about this one. It's like, fuck you, Scully. You know everything.
I know. It is
You
certain.
saw Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Like, you saw, like, weird, a genie did
Yeah.
some shit. And you saw that shit, Scully.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fuck you, Scully. You're hot as hell. You're still good looking.
And the
I
thing
saw
is, her
pictures.
partner just disappearing. That's
Yeah.
when she turns around. That wasn't the best evidence of supernatural shit she came
Yeah,
across
no.
to that point.
In the movie, she went to space in a spaceship.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? How do you not? Okay. I don't believe
yeah,
it.
they dealt with a guy who was killing people in their dreams.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's so far. It's not like they went, like, you know, it hinted towards it. Like, I don't know. What was that? It's
Yeah.
like, no, that was some fucking supernatural shit that just exists.
And speaking of, like, I feel like these people in the Ancient Aliens show are kind of like if Mulder had in a family that he was embarrassed about, that he didn't want to, like, bring people around or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
they're all sort of, like, bizarro poor man's versions of Mulder. You know what I mean? Like, they look a hell of a lot less credible.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
just, like, talking nonsense.
They
For the most
definitely
part.
do.
I mean, I don't even necessarily think this shit. I think it very well could be true. I think that show is fake as fuck.
Yeah. Have you seen like the one that's probably like every episode where they talk about like the Anunnaki?
The Anunnaki.
It's like this race that came to Earth and they
I think I have heard about
created
this.
humans by crossbreeding their own
Yes.
DNA with the apes, and then they were like living here during Babylon times and shit.
Yeah.
They're
Oh
actually,
yeah.
like, all
And that's when they were doing all the shit in the Bible or
Yeah.
whatever too. That's the big thing with that is that's
Really?
oh yeah. You know there's basically the whole theory is that aliens were basically angels and demons in the Bible, and
Yeah.
that like all of that supernatural shit was really just technology. Is
Yeah, yeah, I
basically,
get
like,
that.
more or less.
the whole Ezekiel's wheel thing is just
Yeah.
basically talking about seeing a fucking UFO.
Yeah.
That's-
And you know what? Okay, speaking of that theory, because this was the biggest bullshit line out of all the episodes I watched. This
Okay,
one guy,
think about that too. Like that is weird when you think about the Bible in that context, though. If that's exactly how it goes, like that when they crossbreeded with the angels or whatever, they
Yeah.
had those like giant behemoth things or whatever the hell that was like killing and raping people. Like, why is that in the Bible? What the fuck is up with that? if God doesn't exist and aliens do, then that means that's a lot different than you think.
Yeah, for
Right, yeah.
sure. Okay, and that, well, and I got a
That's
couple.
a good point.
First, they never address this either. Where you're right, because the Bible talks about angels had sex with people and they created Nephilim and they were these giant creatures that were like beating people up and raping them and stuff. And they acknowledge that in that episode too, where they're talking about it. But then they never explain at what point people just became regular people. They're like, oh yeah, we made giants and they were fucking everything up and they were attacking people. And then, yeah, so we're half alien. And it's just like, yeah, but at what point did we stop becoming rapey giants then? Like, what? You know.
Evolution.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but I just thought that was kind of weird. And I wanted to say,
Rapey, some people are still rapey giants.
and there was a guy,
I don't know what you're talking about.
and there's a guy in the episode too that like, he's got a very like stern German voice, which is very good for like this sort
I love
of thing. I feel like 'cause it makes
the
you.
titles they give them too. Like it's the most like just scientific fucking like inspector. Like what?
Yeah.
Like you talking about? That's not a real thing. Like you're not a real fucking doctor.
Yeah. Oh,
some
no,
dude-
you ain't gonna see doctor or PhD at the end of any of their fucking names. That ain't gonna be a thing. It's gonna be, professor, maybe. Like, that's about as good as you get. But no, the guy with the stern German voice, it's him saying, if there's a chance this is true, if there's a chance in a million, if there's a chance in 10 million, it changes everything. And it's like, no, the fuck it doesn't.
No,
At all.
you just.
I give you
said
better
no.
odds than 1 in 10 million. Fuck. Like, and it still doesn't change shit.
Like fucking people, or what is his name? Stephen Hawking said that it's pretty much 100% chance that there's life on other planets.
Oh,
How
yeah.
could there not be?
Yeah, it's too much.
That would be so strange, the amount of shit that's out there.
Definitely.
Seriously, it would be so weird. It's so big. Think about the universe, our universe.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? And it's expanding. There's more of it now. Like I don't if you don't think that aliens, at least, and not even alien, other species on other planets exist, then what the fuck? You think we're fucking special?
Yeah, but he wasn't actually saying that. He was saying if aliens were fucking around in the Bible. Like, that's
Okay.
what he was saying.
Okay, very specific
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what else I loved that was like evidence that was kind of interesting that they kept touting is there's like this carving of this guy sitting on a throne, but they're like if you turn it sideways, it kind of looks like he's flying in a spaceship.
Yeah, like that picture I posted for this episode.
It's kind of like, yeah, if you turn it upside down, it looks like he's falling off of his chair. Good point.
He looks like he's falling off of his chair.
But they do have like those like drawings, the Egyptian drawings that look like a spaceship. Like this one looks just like the
Yeah,
fucking
hold it up.
spaceship from Futurama, basically. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. No, in
Yeah.
actuality, there are several
No, okay,
carvings. that
which
look very
carvings?
much like a
Okay,
man
I want to
in a
get into that.
spaceship.
Carvings inside the pyramids. You guys know about the Birdman thing? Okay. Well, like the Birdman is fucking everywhere, and he's on like a bunch of pyramids throughout like the country, like or not country, the world.
Talking
Like,
about
it's-
their like god with wings.
It's yes, yeah, essentially, but it's on like every fucking pyramid, and he's always like the leader of every a depiction of him.
Okay.
And like he's all over the place. He's popping up in frickin' Mexico, in the United States. It's just weird.
You have to wonder if these birdmen aren't the Anunnaki who are coming from ancient Sumeria, who have these elongated heads.
Well, I guess the continents were one big thing, but like we weren't even alive during that period of time. So how the fuck would they all know that or have that same like interpretation and put that in all the fucking pyramids?
They're even in non-Egyptian pyramids?
Yes,
Oh, okay, that's pretty weird.
it is weird. They have like carvings of that thing at other places too, like old monuments and stuff. It's like, why? That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, who was that guy? Was that what the fuck?
Bruh.
Birdman.
What if there was a continent where they say like Atlantis was, the fucking Atlantic Ocean, and that's where all the life lived, and fucking moved out and cultivated like little areas in Egypt, and then on the other side,
That's
fucking
true.
like Peru.
Like, so that's essentially like where Adam and Eve lived in the paradise.
Yeah,
And
I
they
would think.
branched out.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. I'm just coming up with fucking whatever the fuck. I think that if that's the case, yeah, that's probably what it is. I mean, like, the Bible is something that has been throughout the generations, so, like, some of it has to, like,
It has to
retain
come
some
from
truth.
something.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be some reason why
Everything
they
that
wrote it and
exists
thought it
has
was
truth
important,
to it, so,
and
like,
all these fucking other people bought into it. You know, like, why do they tell these stories?
yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
In that kind
I
of
agree.
way.
Yeah, and I think
Like a history book of, like, the weirdest events ever. It's not like George R. R. Martin just existed back then and was like, I'm gonna create a book, and everyone's gonna think it's real later on.
yeah.
Like, it's just, it's been throughout the generations. Some,
And how would it endure like so much through all these? Like,
yeah.
are we really? I don't know, man. How
That is
how
weird.
fucking like could these people be so smart in civilization and then write this fucking thing? You know, and
Yeah.
then also be like, this is our thing, and we have this way.
Mhm.
I don't know.
There's, like, moral codes and, like, involving even the fact that, like, even if you don't want to get into super advanced cultures, like, the Romans had irrigation systems. Like,
Right.
they were better than frickin' the Dark Ages, which
Yeah.
was hundreds of years later, thousands of years later. Hundreds. Is it hundreds?
100.
Yeah, hundreds.
I think though, like, how we were talking about before, how, like, I agree with you completely when you're saying you don't like that kind of certainty or whatever.
Yeah.
There's been this weird, like, I mean, I consider myself an atheist, but there's been this kind of weird strain over the last, like, 10 or 15 years of people who fucking know there's not a God. And it's like, how do you fucking, you don't
No.
know that.
Yeah,
you
you
don't
don't
know,
know.
like, we could have our opinions. I think that Christianity's probably bullshit.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I could be wrong. But, like, I think
If you're
Christianity's
wrong,
probably
that's gonna
bullshit.
suck.
But, like,
It's all rooted in like these stories from civilizations before it. You know what I mean? Like there
yeah.
are all these like stories from this civilization that was before this civilization, that was before this civilization, and it's like nobody knows what the fuck any of that's supposed to mean anymore. You
Yeah,
know, like,
it's so far gone from the original, like, text or, like, what they were trying to get across that, like, how do you even know what they meant?
And I absolutely think, like, things have power to the fact that thousands of people have died to preserve a book. Right there means
Yeah.
that book has some sort of power, or otherwise, like,
Yeah.
maybe not supernatural, but, like, still.
And people die for this shit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, people are stupid and they're probably dying for the wrong thing, but, like, it did fucking go through the ages.
How
because of that.
hilarious would it be if all of these people who fucking got burned at the stake and shit for, like, trying to preserve this book
It's
was just like,
full of
it was
shit.
just a bunch of nonsense about aliens that nobody even fucking understood anymore.
Oh, man. Well,
because nobody was able to just talk in clear, like they didn't have like a vernacular for like fireworks and shit. They're just like, oh, we call them lights in sky. Like, that's still, like, primitive in such language.
yeah,
ways.
so you think it's something else,
Yeah.
and then it just rules over your, like, whole life. Like the Crusades, Jesus Christ. Like, some crazy shit. Just for the fucking Bible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I just love, like, to just, yeah, that would be really darkly hilarious if all of these people just fucking took that shit so serious.
Okay,
It's just literal nonsense.
What was it? That we're going back to that, how, just insane, I saw this, like, little fact on my notes, but, like, seriously, guys, like, it would take 2,000 workers 1 year just to make the big bricks for the small, like, fucking pyramids too.
Can I be honest?
I
though?
mean, that was Ancient Aliens, so maybe not. But
Yeah, that's my thing, is, like, I honestly, sometimes with some of this shit, when they try to get into, like, the science of it, I'm like, do you even fucking know what you're talking about? Like, I mean...
do you think that I was trying to think about this today, because I was, like, listening to some, like, credible people talk about this shit, and then listening to Ancient Aliens, like, do you think that they're just actors, or do you think that they actually try?
I think that if aliens actually exist and there's
And they're
any
just
truth to
dumb
that,
enough where they're smart enough to be on the show, but they're dumb enough not to pursue anything real.
That's a very good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I think that there's probably a combination of true believers and people.
Yeah,
vying
but
for
are
some
they?
reason.
Are
okay,
the
this is what I would
credits
say.
to them
This is
real?
what I would say. This is what I would say. If aliens actually do exist, if they actually did, they almost certainly exist. But if they actually came to this Earth back then, or are on this Earth now, I think that it would make the most sense that, say, a government who is trying to keep that secret would discredit people who believe in aliens by
Yeah.
putting a jackass with a stupid haircut on the fucking show and having him rant about bullshit.
Yeah. So you,
Absolutely, man. I feel like that's like part of what the big whole like abduction scare was throughout like the 50s and 60s and shit.
yeah.
I think that was just them being like, this is like fucking hysteria.
Yeah, like they almost got busted with Roswell, and then they were just like, "Fuck, like we better put some fake bullshit in there and throw everybody
Roswell's
off
so
the
crazy
track."
because it's like they literally like they put out a press release saying we recovered a saucer in an alien body, and then the next day we're like, no, it was just a weather balloon.
Yeah, well,
like it's so weird that that's like in the press and
That
like, a
existed,
released
yeah.
statement
Yeah.
for one day, and then like that's how easily you can make something go away.
yeah, exactly. And could you honestly, could you find if you were trying to make something seem uncredible, could you find a worse rogues gallery of fucking idiots? Like,
Yeah.
possibly,
Okay,
like-
that's what I'm saying though. Like, are they handpicked because they're like, you don't look like someone that anyone else would believe. We're gonna pick you.
You got the guy with the bad
But is
hair.
it?
You
But
got
are
the
they
guy with
working
the
at it,
Charlie
or are they
voice.
actors? Are they
You
working at it? Or are they actors?
They're actors, I think. If I'm
Do
being
you think
honest.
they're actors?
Well, I think it depends on
Well,
if
clearly
aliens.
I
he was
think
in a
they're all-
goddamn Taco Bell commercial.
Yeah.
I'm pre-ordering whatever the fuck that is. I hope it's like a Philly steak chalupa.
In the mail?
You know,
Nah,
I would
I'm assuming
find-
you just get it 2 days early like that. I don't know.
I
How it
would
works.
find the people on Ancient Aliens more credible if the Taco Bell Chihuahua was one of the fucking people. That's how bad these people are.
Yeah, I would.
You gotta say, but you got the guy with the bad hair, you got the guy who sounds like Charlie, you got the dude who looks like a fucking, like, maybe he used to be a Nazi, like, what? These aren't good people. And I
That
think,
was very exaggerated. The Nazi guy. You're making me it sound like he's got a little like Nazi swastika on his like cufflink.
if you threw a swastika on that guy, you'd just be like, oh, he's an old Nazi. You wouldn't question it for a
No,
second.
no, no. I wouldn't. But Jesus,
Well,
jump right to conclusions.
but I think it depends. I think that they might be, like how you were saying, right in that little perfect Goldilocks zone of stupidity where they can't fucking, like, they're too stupid to figure it out.
I
They're
think
too
it
fucking-
is, dude.
And that could be it.
I
think
think that's what it is.
I think it
'cause-
completely depends on whether or not any of this shit is truthful. If this
Right.
shit's completely off base, then they're just idiots. But if this shit has some truth to it, they're actors.
Yeah.
That's
That's true. That's true. And it doesn't have any credibility, so they're actors. Those bastards. Those lying bastards. They just got hobos off the side of the street. That guy doesn't. He's not credible.
I mean,
He's got the hair.
that's what I'm saying. The only thing that makes me question whether they're hobos is a hobo couldn't afford that much hair gel. Other than that,
Let's
like-
get a clip of that guy in here. I'm gonna just throw
For
some
sure.
random clips in just a sec.
And then overnight, we were building pyramids. Sumeria was created. All those different high achievements were done virtually overnight. So this quantum leap in development, this big bang of knowledge or intelligence, all of a sudden happened. And the ancient astronaut theory suggests that this is a direct result of extraterrestrials tampering with our DNA. So we're half human and half extraterrestrial. We're hybrids.
Okay. Yeah, that was that guy.
Yeah.
This guy with the hair. You know, there's like so many memes about that dude.
Is
Yeah,
there?
yeah, that's all he is. He's a fucking meme now.
Do you think he has that hair to cover up? You think he's one of the cone heads from the Vatican?
You think he's in on it? Like
Could be.
he's the only one that's not an actor, and he's legit.
Yeah, it could be. Well, or no, he's an actor still. They just got a conehead actor from the Vatican.
Why would they get a conehead actor? Why wouldn't they get a million other people? Why would they get the one person that could actually prove that aliens exist?
That's true. It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
The only reason he'd be in there is if he's the head of the operation.
I want
my face.
I mean, I don't have a lot of money, but I'd be willing to scrape up $1,000 to anybody who manages to pull the Pope's hat off of it somewhere.
I'll bet my tax returns for next year. I'll do that for sure. If anybody does it, good. Well, the Pope sometimes doesn't have his hat.
Does he? Does he sometimes take his hat off?
I think I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've seen that new guy without it.
Yeah.
Probably just to fucking parade around the fact
Yep.
that they got a guy without a big head on.
Exactly. Everybody's like, this Pope's
Oh, he's the real one.
Exactly.
No, this is how they've always been.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
He's a puppet to those fucking big-headed freaks.
Yeah, dude. He's scared. The new Pope is scared shitless of those big-headed motherfuckers.
I just had this like total stoner thought of like, what if that's the only way that civilization ever progresses is because every culture gets found by aliens, and then they're like, we'll just say that we're the gods because that's what happened to us. Like all throughout history, every planet's gotten civilization because just some other planet found them, and we're like, hey, this is how you do things, basic normal living things.
So you think Zeus was just like a dude came from another planet?
He had some cool shit.
He's probably looked so much more
Like
legit
had a
than
cell
everybody.
phone.
He's like, yeah, dude, I'll strike you down with lightning.
Yeah,
right. I'll show you. I'll teach you how to grow a beard this fucking legit. You just wait.
You just wait. Zeus. Just a random guy like Medusa. That's just some fucking, I don't know, snake chick from like outer space.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Guardians of the Galaxy came to
She
Earth.
just had like dreadlocks or something, and over time,
That
it just
seriously
turned
sounds
into,
like the Guardians of the Galaxy just came to Earth and we're like, yeah, we're in charge. We've decided things. We got a thing.
Yeah.
It's a flying thing.
I missed the Bible book with a raccoon.
We
and a
want you to
rocket
build
launcher.
pyramids!
Right?
Lots of them! Here's the scale.
You would think though, like if they set up shop for a while, they'd be like, yeah, we're gonna make these like big ass fucking stone structures and things. They're gonna stick around, so they'll be like, hey, what the fuck is that? How the fuck did people make
Just
that?
to fuck with people? Yeah, like, man.
And you gotta think that like, I feel like that shit predates the Egyptians.
Oh, yeah.
Made by
Okay,
just,
that
like,
is
some
another
other
thing.
culture or somebody else.
That is another thing they were talking about, is that, like, the fact that it was before the desert. They've been there before the desert because there's, like,
all that rainfall.
the rainfall, yeah, that, like, it has markings on the stuff that was, like, predating even the desert. So that used to be a rainforest.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was still around.
Yeah. When you just talk about fucking with people, though, it made me think about one of the stories I loved that I heard in there was, like, there was some Japanese emperor who was supposedly given a magic mirror by the gods, and they were like, maybe it was a tablet.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Maybe it was a tablet.
That's one of my, it's probably the most ridiculous dream on my bucket list. But I want a time machine to be invented, and I want to go back in time and trip old-timey people out with new inventions. Right? Like,
That's what every fucking culture in the galaxy wants to do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
every one of them.
Exactly.
Check this out.
Just check this out. You think you got some shit?
Yeah.
Like, look at my phone.
If you, yeah. Oh no.
I watched this episode where they were talking about the mana machine, and they think like that's how the Hebrews survived in the desert. Is like every morning they collect like the dew and turn it into like this like plankton food that they would eat, and it's like spirulina. It's really like high in all this shit. You
Yeah.
get off of it. And they think that was given to them by the fucking aliens. And that's what was in the Ark of the Covenant, and that's why the Ark of the Covenant like was supposedly like kill people, because it was like radioactive shit inside of it.
That's fucking
So
crazy.
it's like an old-timey microwave.
But like to a weird, crazy scale that like rains down food.
And then related to that, I saw this other episode where they were saying that they think that the fucking Ark of the Covenant is in this place called the Money Pit, and it's this island in Canada that like these people found, and like 80 years ago or some crazy shit, and every like couple decades or something, somebody new tries to excavate what's in it, and they can't get into the bottom of it because it's like this crazily deep pit where like every 10 feet is like these huge logs, like
Protruding out from it?
that are like laid on their side, like a platform of logs, and the further you dig, they've gotten down to like 200 every like 10 feet or whatever.
What the
Like
fuck?
That's
like
insane.
something is crazy buried there, and nobody knows how to get to it.
Oh,
It's hilarious.
shit. Yeah,
That's
that's
fucking
insane, though.
crazy. Like, what is down there?
Yeah, right?
What is it? What?
I know, I kind of want to, like, kind of makes me want to go down.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
Dig
insane.
a little. Just find out.
I wish I could remember who it was. Like some high-profile person. Like I want to say like
Guarantee
an
it's gold.
ex-president or something. Somebody like tried to really fucking go after it.
I could see Jimmy Carter's crazy ass heading down to the money pit. Like,
The money pit, that's the best.
I know.
Right? It's gotta have something great. It's
Yeah.
gotta. I mean, just keep digging.
Who the fuck
Dig
would
your
put
whole
all that
life.
work into like burying? Like
Bring
how
a fuck
could
ton
you
of food
do that?
and
Yeah.
dig.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking find some cool
Start
shit.
a new game show called The Fucking Money Pit, and the first person to the bottom gets the whatever's inside of it.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, the worst part about why it's buried and they can't get into it is because it has like these channels, because it's an island, where when the tide rises, the water climbs up.
Oh shit! So it's
Oh.
like it's booby trapped.
And they put a bunch of dye in it, and the dye came out in 3 different parts of the island, like really far away. It's like this crazy, huge, elaborate thing. Nobody knows how to get to it.
That's
Yeah.
fucking.
I feel like we
nuts.
need to go down there and have our own adult, like, Goonies adventure.
Yeah, it's our time
up there.
Yeah, it's our time down here. It's our time.
That's like my favorite movie when I was a kid.
Seriously.
And you better believe I'm not taking a couple fucking handfuls like those little idiots did. I'm
Oh
grabbing
yeah.
the whole
Oh
thing.
yeah. Yeah. My pants will be filled to the motherfucking brim.
They should have brought mad backpacks.
Yeah. 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 You think that
For
there's
real.
treasure?
Duffel bags.
Oh.
Yeah, duffel bags. Like seriously, like full suitcases. Like.
Oh my god. Strap a couple 100-pound bags to Sloth's back?
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my
He
God.
can carry all of it.
Yeah.
I'm fairly positive Sloth's kind is what built the pyramids.
Could be,
You
yeah.
see? Yep.
Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
one of the
Like they
half
say all this,
angels.
oh, you couldn't do it. They didn't count on, like,
Sloth.
the sloth factor. Yeah, at all.
The sloth factor.
I want to be the first guy to, like,
Sure.
debunk that theory
Oh,
with,
man.
no, they just use mentally challenged people. They're famously
Super
very strong.
That's great.
That is fucking funny. Right? Right? They just kept breeding retards to get more. Like, I mean, that doesn't make any sense, because how are they getting it all straight, man? That's not happening. Even with instruction.
Maybe they're autistic.
Oh, yeah,
That could be it.
autistics?
Very
Dude.
into structure, and, like, you gotta have it just right.
Dude, call it what you want. If we're talking about sloth, the word is mongoloid.
It's like there's a Babe Ruth in it for you every break.
Oh, man. That's very true. That's how it went down. We've decided.
I feel like sloth might have been what the humans were like before the aliens came down and, like,
For sure.
breeding with them.
Sloth.
Yeah.
For sure.
You got those shitty little kids from the Goonies just popping out. That's humanity right there.
You know,
It's so weird that
you know
they had
what's
like
weird
an
thing I heard
Asian
about?
kid on that. And I guess he was like in Indiana Jones too. So
yeah,
that
that's
makes
true.
sense.
That's
But,
true.
like I always thought that was weird that they had an
It was
Asian
like
kid in that when I was
racist,
a
but
kid.
in all the good ways.
Good
at
ways,
least.
yeah. He's a smart Asian with
Yeah.
like crafty.
It's like if you had a black guy with like a big dick and he was really good at basketball. You'd
Yeah,
still
like-
be like, is this racist?
It's
Maybe it
racist,
is.
but it's pretty good for him.
Yeah. You know, speaking of Goonies, I was just reading this article the other day that apparently that fat kid in the movie really did not want to do the truffle shop. He was basically pressured into it by a bunch of people, and like he spent years getting over it.
You want to be a star, don't you?
Exactly.
You gotta do the truffle shuffle, sir. Yeah. Play the music.
Shake them titties like the fat piece of shit you
Yeah.
are.
If you didn't want to be fat, you shouldn't have gotten fat. Could have been one of the cute kids.
Yeah. Alright, now we want you to sit there and cry for most of the rest of the movie because fat kids crying is also hilarious.
So, ancient aliens and pyramids, y'all.
Yeah. What else do I got? I know I got a couple more notes in here we haven't
I do
covered.
definitely. The flood. Something else.
Oh, there was this guy, Ramses, the same one who supposedly built the pyramids. I thought this was weird. He is green in a lot of, like, paintings.
Yeah, that is weird. There's like all the, and you gotta think about like
Ramses.
all the blue people in like Indian culture.
That's
Is that
weird.
a thing?
Yeah.
Or did they just like that artistic license with
Yeah.
humankind?
Or did life used to be like Doug or something? And just like everybody's whatever fucking color?
Dude, what if like eyes just weren't developed well yet still because it's like that long ago?
Maybe.
We've had like
And then
cultures.
Yeah, could be.
That'd be so nuts.
Could be it's some like colorblind art. I think he's green.
He just threw it together because he thinks, yeah, that's green. That's green. Some guy comes up to it and he's like, that's not, why'd you draw him green? Like, that dude is pink as hell. What are you talking about?
Like
The dude's
separate
pink.
cultures evolved separately, and they'd have fucking,
Like a person. I
just different working eyes.
Wait, do you see people as pink?
No, it's just like, isn't it, I mean, that's the generic skin color you go with. Like, pink. Am I supposed to say skin colored?
Unless you're talking about pussy, I think it's white.
I guess it was. Well,
Like the one exception.
could be black.
Or black, yeah. It's a fair point.
Yeah, what gotta make about that?
Why not blue, man? Why
What's
not
wrong
green?
with pink?
Right?
Right?
For
Why
sure.
not green? Well, green implies that you're an alien. That's why not green. And if you do it, it's intentional, I feel like.
Okay, let's talk about, because I wanted to start this new segment for some of the more kind of out there theories. I think it's the first time we've done it. I want to start this down the rabbit hole segment where we basically just talk about what the implications of that would be if it were true. Like,
I'm way into that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm down.
okay, first of all, I mean, just straight up,
Yeah,
that would still just
just
mean
go
aliens
from
are
one to
fucking
person
running
to
everything,
next, so then-
right? I mean, aliens are just running everything, if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
They didn't pack up and leave, or did they? They just drop in.
Well,
fucking,
give your opinion on it, and then go to the next person. That's how you run it.
that's how you want to do it?
Yeah.
Alright, I would say if that shit's true, then they're probably still fucking here. They're probably the people doing them black magic rituals at the Super Bowl and shit that we covered before.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
like-
Yeah.
I mean, at that point,
like.
like, if you start going down that road, it's like, okay, then fucking TV and radio and fucking all of that shit, our politicians are make-believe, like, that's essentially where you're at if you accept.
Yeah, it breaks
that,
everything
right?
down,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It really does. Like, that guy was wrong about a 1 in 10 million chance, but if there's a 1 in 1 chance, it definitely fucking changes everything. So, like, that's what I'd say. What would you
Yeah,
say,
what would
Jordan?
you
Especially
say?
since you said you kind of do believe in that they came or whatever.
I don't know. I guess I would say like the implications are huge. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everything would change.
I had a thing I wanted to say, but
We'll come back to you. If that's the case, then yes, everything's kind of like changed, like I was saying, essentially. But like to a ridiculous. If that's the case, why wouldn't it be more prevalent? Why would they even need to hide? That's the thing. Like even then, like if it exists, why the fuck are they behind the scenes? Why don't they just say, "Hey, we have technology way beyond what the fuck you can even comprehend. Fuck you guys, be our slaves." Like,
Yeah.
why are they not
Yeah.
just subjugating us and making us work and do a bunch of shit for them? Like, or are we doing that unintentionally because they live among us and we give them food and like, I don't know what.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I mean, you could argue that maybe they are enslaving us,
Then it's a
and
Matrix
that's why
situation.
and that's why all
And,
of
like,
us
we're
go to
powering
shitty
their shit.
jobs for shit pay and just fucking make enough money to just live through or whatever. Like maybe that's
Yeah.
them enslaving us.
I feel like it's entirely possible that a culture visited us a really long time ago and then didn't do anything, else since then.
Yeah.
And then that's where a lot of like these weird traditions come from. It's just passed down like from civilization to civilization. And then they
I
just
think
change
that
the
that's
names
more
of, like,
accurate.
characters throughout the stories until like you get like Jesus comes from the same
And
thing
like
as
Roswell
and
might have been a
Egypt and all
thing.
this shit. And that comes from like some other Babylonian story. It's all just like bullshit passed down. But at the same time, the whole Roswell thing and like it's weird to think that they're just gone completely.
Yeah.
But
I
maybe
think
like
that they
separate cultures are
maybe
here or
Roswell
there, and maybe
was
there's
a
all
thing.
kinds of fucking alien shit going on all the time.
Yep.
There's so many things. I don't know.
If that's the case, though, like, how are we really? If that is true, if aliens exist in our world today, they are subjugating us in some weird way already. That's already a thing. It's a fact. That's what's
For sure.
happening. And if they're not, then they do exist, and they're not these fucking like evil behind the scenes people. And the government is behind more fucked up shit than we could ever comprehend.
Or they just like really seriously don't think it would be good for our culture to like know about that
Yeah,
kind of shit.
maybe
like,
not.
That scope of reality.
It does change a lot of it. Would
It like puts like a certain. It would probably like put fear in people.
Yeah, because like
the
people would
amount
be
of
like,
shit
there
that
is
would
no
have to
God,
be
aliens exist.
For all of that shit to be true, you know.
Yeah, and if you, on top of that too, I was gonna say like we're looking at it through the lens, like maybe I just accidentally dropped some acid or something and I'm way off base here, but I imagine too that like oh shit, yeah, that's what all these little pieces of paper were inside my coffee cup. Yeah, but like what? I mean, we're looking at it through the lens of what people do too, where our idea of like what happens with cultures is a superior culture comes in, they subjugate the people, they take the resources, and they, who knows how an alien culture works? Maybe that's not
Maybe
even
their entire culture developed from the same thing, and they just like that's how every fucking thing develops is just like these god legends and shit developed by another culture. They just showed up. And like, you gotta
absolutely could be
do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw this article recently. I keep forgetting to say it. That they think they might have found like this other planet in the solar system, but like it's on a completely different rotation. So like if like all the things in our solar system rotate this way, this is like a really big thing that's rotating this way.
Huh.
And that would put it more near all of our planets every like 20,000 years.
Oh shit, well I'm glad I'll be long dead before that shit ever happens.
And there's also like these theories that there was a planet in between Earth and Mars, and that's where original life came from. And it got smashed by something and became the asteroid belt.
Oh, that's some crazy shit.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Okay, and I know I keep going back to this, but this is just another bullshit thing they said in one of those episodes. They were talking about the Yellow Emperor too. The woman says they do this all the time. She says the Yellow Emperor is literally responsible for every single scientific advancement we have today. Those are the words she uses. But
That seems really, really
like a bold claim.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's a fact.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, then you need to explain that, and they don't at all. Just, oh, he gave them technology and he left.
Yep.
Like, did he teach them arithmetic? Did he teach them architecture? Did he teach, like, what do you mean every single advancement we have today?
Probably just math, maybe. You
But
think?
that doesn't cover, I mean, I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a fucking second. I think they're just full of shit.
You don't think that that's legit at all?
No, I really don't.
Yeah.
I think that it's either, like I said, there is truth to it, and people are trying to cover that up with fucking these nonsense people, or it's completely made up. And they're just idiots.
Okay. So, okay. What do you guys think?
So do that? Okay.
The last thing we do normally, well, not the last thing, but like one of the last things. We do this thing where it's just like on a scale of 1 to crazy.
1 to 10.
Fucking how much you buy it.
Aliens coming back way in the day. Okay, well, like I said, that program gets a 1. Aliens coming back in the day would probably get like a 4 or 5, and aliens existing would get a 10.
Yeah, I'd give aliens existing a some point,
Good, strong
at some
goal.
point, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's.
It could be,
It's
my
kind of
thing is,
bad.
why would they not? Tyler is right though about, at least to me, why would they not leave? Then they must be here, right?
I don't know. Maybe that fucking planet took off like 5,000 years ago, and it won't be dead for another 15,000 years.
Maybe. Maybe it's like, oh shit, I'll help you while I can, but once like I gotta take off, my planet's leaving.
Right.
Could be. That's true.
Out of 10, do I believe that aliens existed in the past and made the pyramids? Yeah, I'll go with I'll go 8.
Go with an
on
8.
that, yeah.
Feeling pretty strongly about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and then what was the other one you said?
I said, as far as the program goes, I'd give it a 1.
The program, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Ancient Aliens.
Oh, I mean, it's a solid 2 because it's entertaining. And it's ridiculous. I mean, it's...
I'll give it a 4 just for Giorgio's hair.
Well...
Really, because I was docking points for that.
Yeah, you did get it. I mean, I'd even give it a 5 just because, it's entertaining, but just one episode. Not all of them, because if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
There's got to be, some best of compilations or something.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, look that up. That's got to be a thing, for sure.
Yeah.
That shit was entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining. Still, if I'm going to be stoned and watch some bullshit, I'll go to something like To Catch a Predator before I kill about Ancient Aliens.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's... Oh, and then, what do you think? The odds of aliens existing, which I bet...
Odds of aliens exist... Oh, I mean, hands down. They exist.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
They're out there. I mean, it's... I don't understand why we're not pursuing things like going out into the fucking universe. Because we're consumed with the bullshit that's going on here. It's like, really, if they exist, if that's a real thing, we need to step up the fucking game and get our shit together before they kill us all. Because that's the only reason a fucking alien would want to come here, is to take our resources or enslave us.
They probably decided, they didn't want to fucking live here forever, but they could definitely use some of that shit from
Yeah.
here. Well, okay, and my thing is,
Yeah,
when
they
you
don't
were
wanna live
just
here
saying
forever.
that, though...
It's gonna be dead soon.
But you're looking at it from a very human perspective. Maybe the aliens aren't pieces of shit the way we are. Maybe that's not what they would do.
Okay, that is true, but why would they come here?
Yeah, I don't know.
The only way is they're on a higher level of consciousness and they're trying to enlighten us. Maybe? But and be like, this
or
is
just
peace.
trying to get gold.
Yeah, they just really like gold. They're like dragons.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what if aliens fucking created the Fed, and then they were like, "You don't need gold. We'll take all that gold. You just need paper."
Holy shit!
Oh shit! Yeah, we need all that gold for their powering their ships and stuff.
I don't know. Yeah. Why do we need gold? Why is gold a fucking thing to us?
It's a conductive, shiny fucking. Yeah.
Why is gold a goddamn
Because
thing?
it's shiny. That is
It's
literally
durable. It's durable.
and it's durable.
And malleable. Conductive. It's a.
But nobody uses it to build a house. People
Unless you live in the Vatican.
But why is it I'll give you some of these pieces of rock
Yeah.
for something for nourishment?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I mean, it's still
Kind of
better
that
than I'll
changeover.
give you these little bullshit pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
In the very least.
And they're rare. I don't know. That just seems like bullshit. But yes, we're dealing with dragons who have been hoarding all our gold. That's aliens.
Maybe they eat gold.
Maybe that's their food.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
And
think
they're running all the We Buy Gold places. They're like that shop. It's like that shopkeeper in X-Men whose head keeps
But
coming.
why
back.
would they just start with We Buy Gold if they want?
Here's another. I'll give you $1,000 to take a gun into We Buy Gold and shoot one of them fuckers in the head. See if it grows back.
This isn't Men in Black. That's not how this works. If anything, it's a goddamn dragon, and it's gonna kill you.
Oh, how much would that suck if you were expecting that person to be like, "Ooh, that hurt," and then
And be
actually
fine.
they're just a corpse on the ground because you just fucking killed them.
Well, that is what would happen. Because we might go places that are shady, but they're not that shady.
It's true.
And again, this is not Men in Black. Yeah. So no, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I really deeply believe in the Men in Black theory of aliens.
That there's like worlds within worlds because that's what they
Yeah.
have. It's
Oh,
like,
I don't
he
let
opens
my stepkid's not
locker.
allowed to play with marbles ever. I'm like, those are worlds. You're fucking with alien life.
Oh, so
throwing
you
that
so you
shit
take
around.
it serious.
Oh, very seriously. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's I'm always afraid when I open a locker that it's gonna be a bigger world. That's my biggest fear. Yeah, that's not true. Drowning. Or like shark bait, one of the two.
Deep water. My
Yeah.
biggest fear.
Yeah, I don't like
Oh,
water.
that's
man.
yeah.
I
You and
don't-
Tyler
I
have
don't
that in common.
fucks with that shit. There's stuff down there. There's 50% of the ocean we don't even fucking know about.
Yeah.
Did I watch this footage of a giant squid? It's like the first time they've been able to get it. It's so fucking huge. It's just got one big fucking eye, and it's just sitting there staring at the people for a long time.
We were
Oh,
watching. Granted, we were tripping on acid, but this blew our fucking mind when we were watching this nature documentary with this weird squid that they found that could like change its texture and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like it would go
Like
onto like
everything.
thorny branches or something, and it would grow thorns.
Yep.
And like it wasn't just like how a chameleon does, where you change. Your
No,
colors,
it like
change your
changes
whole-
its shape, like
It's nuts.
to an inch, to
Yeah.
a freaking inch. Those spikes come out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they can manipulate them however they. It's just so weird.
I want to see Jaws with that thing. Oh shit! He is the boat. That's the twist at the end.
And then the whole time people keep disappearing. Oh, Jaws is the boat.
Yeah, he is the boat. Tell me that's not a good twist.
That's a good twist, dude. His face is like just the fucking like the dock or whatever. Not the dock, but like the I don't know boats. I'm going.
I don't know, it's
Yeah,
poured
fuck water.
outside or something.
I don't know the floor.
Yeah.
The floor of the boat is where his mouth is, and he just opens.
Because
it up.
I was 8 years old once, I actually know that's called the poop deck. In case you were
Okay, the
wondering.
deck. There. It's still, yeah, the deck. Yeah, that would be a great movie. Has nothing to do with ancient aliens.
That's true.
But yeah, I
Fair
don't
point.
like some water. That's terrifying. It sounds like that's my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
If I was in the middle of the ocean, I would kill myself before I tried to
sure.
survive.
Yeah.
I'd be
Yes.
like, try to break my own neck.
Yeah. Speed 2 is literally the scariest movie Tyler's ever seen. Oh, damn.
And that's just not accurate because I'm friends with your jackass.
That's
And
true.
you make me watch terrible, horrible movies and trick me into them.
That's true. When we were kids, I used to love horror movies, and I tried to trick him. Like, I got him to watch the first half of Hostel, and he had no idea it was a horror movie.
Yeah, I
And then
thought
he's
it was a
like
bro film, like a rated R, like titties and like dudes getting drunk, and then all of a sudden blackout. Oh, what the fuck is going on? People are missing. Like something's going on. Yeah, I wasn't a
That's
fan.
funny. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I mean, don't
Hostel.
bother.
Hostel, it's not good. The first half is a bro film, and the second half is just it's fucking torture porn.
It's literally, if you skip the first 30 seconds of that movie, it looks like it's fucking like American Pie or like,
Yeah.
like some shit
Like
like
a little
that.
darker, but like it's like grittier, but it's still like that. And then all of a sudden, it's torture porn.
Then
That's
it
all
comes
it is.
into, just a very, very graphic, like, horror film about
Yeah, it's
halfway
fucked
through.
up. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that shit. And what is that other movie you made me watch? The Amityville Horror.
Oh, yeah, Amityville Horror, the remake, yeah.
Burned in
That movie's legitimately pretty freaky. I feel like that doesn't get any credit.
No. It gets talked shit about, like, videos I've seen, like, say that it's not that
Like, well, the
scary.
original Amityville
Yeah.
Horror. It's like, I've fucking seen the original
Yeah.
Amityville Horror. It's shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. You didn't,
I haven't
it was,
seen either.
You haven't seen it either?
I don't really.
You don't watch horror movies or just movies?
Not really. Horror
Which one?
movies.
Okay, me neither. I try to avoid him. This guy makes me watch.
Not anymore, ever. I can't.
Yeah.
Since you were about 17 or 18.
Yeah, I just stopped
Wised
doing
up,
it.
wisened up.
Yeah, just like, nope, I won't watch it. If it even, like, hints towards being a horror movie, like, nope, turn that shit off.
Oh, I'm trying to think of some good examples. There have been some times where I'm like, dude, he won't watch Krampus because he thinks it's going to be scary.
Whatever, dude. I don't know. It could be terrifying, and I don't want to be a part of
It's
that.
terrifying how
It's
unfunny
weird
and
too.
boring
It's
that
weird
movie
too
is, but
because
that's
I
about
don't
it.
like horror movies, but I like weird shit in our world, like
Yeah.
unsettling, like ghost stories and like
Yeah.
real shit. Like
Same.
it really, I don't know what it resonates with me, and it's like I like that, but like in a bad way. Like I shouldn't like that. Kind
A
of thing.
cool horror movie that I liked was Cabin in the Woods.
Oh,
Cabin,
it's
that
fucking
movie
great.
was
That's a
sweet.
great
I
movie,
did
yeah.
watch that movie, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was fucking just badass
Yeah.
and crazy.
That's like a horror movie for horror fans, like kind
Yeah.
of like it's an homage
Yeah.
to a lot of other horror movies and stuff. But yeah, it's a great movie.
Very good shit.
I thought about afterwards that we could have done for the conspiracy podcast making a murderer because it would have been
Oh,
relevant if
fuck,
we had all
yeah.
seen it. But I didn't really think about that until
Oh
like yesterday.
man, yeah, that's true.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Are you gonna go see? Well, we can. Let's wrap this up, right? Why are we still fucking?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
are we
Okay.
still talking?
So, guys, thanks for checking out Conspiracy with a question mark. Yeah, we're this you're not gonna know, but it get posted on Thursdays.
Yep, every other Thursday.
Every other Thursday.
Yep.
We'll be posting these. The next one we're gonna be doing, I'm pretty sure it's with he doesn't know. I know he does know it. Mike Chambers.
Mike Chambers.
We're gonna be
do
doing Bigfoot.
Yep.
That'll be so. Look forward to that. Figure some shit out. He seems like he said he's the kind of guy that wants to talk about Bigfoot.
Honestly, I was like, yeah, I've seen you posting pictures of your gun on Facebook. I'm not surprised you're into Bigfoot. That's perfect.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that's gonna be sweet. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter, Tyler Charles, and Easttown Clowns page, as well as our conspiracy page on Facebook.
Yep, and check me out. It's Scott Ryan on Facebook, and check out our conspiracy page. If that was saying to do that.
What do I say?
Just whatever, plug whatever shit.
Plug whatever shit you want.
Oh.
Any shows you want
guys
to do?
should be able
or-
to see me. March 30th, funniest person in Grand Rapids.
yeah.
Woo.
Woo!
Round 2.
Oh yeah. Well, we didn't even mention we had a semi-finalist.
Yeah.
We got too high. Yeah. Jordan is a semi-finalist of the funniest person in Grand Rapids. That's pretty cool. Makes us way more legit.
Yeah, we'll get a
We got
second-
people who
second
matter.
Third semifinalist.
And
we
Johnny.
got, actually.
Yeah, you fucking.
Johnny and Steven.
I forgot about
We've
that.
had nothing but.
Yeah, we've had nothing but funniest people.
Semifinalists. Look at us.
Yeah, that's all we do. We
Yeah.
just get the big names,
Uh-huh.
right? Johnny Witt,
The
Steven.
big-ish names.
The big-ish names. The you son of a bitch. But yeah, check out everybody's shit. Come out to our shows, like our podcast.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Hi guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. Just wanted to let you guys know you can find our podcast on YouTube. We have a page there, Conspiracy with a question mark. Also, we post all of our podcasts and all of our information on our Facebook page, Conspiracy with a question mark. And you can get up to date stuff on what we're doing next, what the next episode's going to be on. We also are going to, by the end of the month, have it on Podomatic, which will be linked to iTunes, so we'll have it on there finally. I know it's been a little bit, but we definitely are getting on iTunes, which is awesome. It's mainly just a financial thing, dealing with all the podcasts are hard, it happens. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate the views. Like, comment, subscribe to our shit, and check out the next episode, which will be with Mike Chambers, like we said, about Bigfoot. It's going to be very interesting. So check that out. Thanks.